Hey Aries, welcome to your weekly reading for October 29th through November 4th. That sounds crazy. Absolutely insane, my friends. But let's jump right on in here, excuse me, and see what's going on for you all for the month of, not month of, but for the week, last week of October going into early November. So we're going to do a general reading for your week ahead. Here's your Monday, Tuesday. Here's your Wednesday, Thursday. Excuse me. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then your love card. Oops. Well, maybe this is the love card. It could be, it could also just be my clumsy shuffling here today. My fingers aren't working so great. But we'll see. We'll throw it in, right? We'll say there's no such thing as accidents in the universe, and we'll throw it in. I'm going to do a love card, reading too for Aries in the next couple of days. So subscribe and you'll get a notification when the love video is up as well. All right, Aries. So you're starting off the week with a major arcana card. This is a major life shift, a major life change. The Fool card is really about embracing your life purpose. It's, to me, it usually comes after a time of when, like, you just start waking up and you just feel like there's something more, and you just feel like, man, I can't do the same old anymore. It's not working for me. And you're just taking this leap where you're like, there has to be something more. And so it can feel very uncertain. It could feel even a little bit scary. But overall, I think this is a card where a lot of people just try to be optimistic because they feel like they have no other choice. They just can't be, you know, doing life the way that they've been doing it, and they're looking for a change. So some of you may be walking away from a job. Some of you may be walking away from a relationship. Some of you are like enrolling in school, or some of you are just like, you know what? Whole new me, whole new life, you know, just changing your style, changing who you're hanging out with. But it's definitely just kind of going out on a new journey, not even knowing what you're going to find, but being completely and totally open to whatever might come your way. So that's exciting. Your Wednesday, Thursday, Aries, is 10 of Wands, okay? So as you're making the decision to take this leap of faith, you're realizing it's time. The midweek might be really confirming that decision for you. It might be really, really, like letting you know that, yes, it is time. It's time to move on, because 10 of Wands, it could be you're completing a cycle. You've been doing something for a really long time, and you're done with it. So maybe for some of you, you're wanting to take this leap of faith, but it's not really working out for you, or like you're not, I don't want to say it's not working out for you, but like you're not sure. You're like, well, maybe there's something I need to finish, or maybe I still have work to do where I'm at now, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, whatever it might be. And 10 of Wands is like, nope, it's done, and it's just getting too heavy. It's getting too hard, and you're ready to put it down. Some of you may have been really holding back on your life because of family. Like maybe you've just kind of felt like, you know, there's certain things you can't do because of your family. And I'm not saying you're going to abandon your family. Like if your family's really counting on you, or otherwise they're going to be homeless or something, I'm not saying you're going to leave and like leave them stranded and abandon them. But some of you really might be getting less and less worried about how your family is going to view the decisions that you're making, or discourage you. And you might just come into the place of faith of like, you know what, eventually they'll get used to it. They might not like it in the beginning, but they'll get used to it. So some of you are really just tired of rescuing everybody, right? And so maybe you're limiting, here's my responsibility, here's my obligation, here's what I'm going to do because you need me to do it. But a lot of the other extra stuff, I'm not going to carry everybody's crap on my back. I just can't do it anymore. So some of you are really beginning to prepare to put some burden down, to find a new way of doing things. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the High Priestess. So again, guys, look, you've got two major arcana cards coming up in 1 week. These are both major arcana. So you're going through a really big shift right now, Aries. This is taking that leap of faith, and this is really connecting with your intuition. So around the weekend, Aries, some things may be happening where a lot of you are beginning to really, really connect with your intuition, your higher self, your spirituality, your inner guidance, your inner voice. Maybe some of you are even making some pretty big connections or clear connections with your spirit guides, which might be very exciting, you know. And some of you, this is coming with a caution for some of you, Aries, because Aries, you all are very like on top of it, and just very, you guys have that fire energy in you as it is. And this can be very enticing for a lot of people. You throw in an intuitive Aries, an Aries that has this intuition and just kind of seems a little bit magical, and you may find yourself all of a sudden you're being pursued by people. You're having people come after you who are interested in you. But for me, when this card comes up, it's kind of like be careful, because you're getting attention from other people who are very drawn to you. They think you're very magical. They think you're very mystical. There's something very alluring about you. But there's a strong sexual quality to it for them. It's almost like you're being fetishized in some way. So if that's not what you want, you know, you may also feel a very intense connection with somebody, but it could be like a karmic thing, and they might just be coming at you from just like, wow, you're very sexy because of who you are and your energy. And if that's not what you want, don't get mixed up with that, you know, especially if you're already in a relationship with somebody else. You know, or if you're looking for something really committed, this might not be the right person to let in or to give a chance to. Now, this is a general reading. It's going to be different for different ones of you, so you might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. They may be different. You may need a private reading. Let me know if that's the case. Goodness gracious, your love, okay, wow. Your love cards for the week ahead, Aries, these are pretty intense. And look, you already have these big life changes, and yet you have another major arcana card here. This is not a new deck. I use this deck. I can't even count how many times a day I use this deck. It has been shuffled beyond shuffling. You saw me shuffle it. So it's not like all the major arcana cards are together in the deck, but you had 3 out of 5 cards that have come out. Over half of them have been major arcana. So whatever's going on with you all this week, Aries, it's pretty big. You might have some pretty big emotions all over the place. You may be very conflicted even, which is what 5 of Wands is about. 5 of Wands is about competing goals. It could be arguments with others. It could be competing with people in a relationship, or you might be with somebody who's making you feel like you have to compete for their time, or you have to compete for their attention, or there's other people after them. So there could be a sense of instability in that way. You might not be feeling secure in the relationship for that reason. But it could also be for some of you where, because of a lot of the changes that you're going through, you have a lot of other focuses, and it's becoming really, really difficult to focus on your relationship. So those of you who are in a relationship, I think you're like really looking at this relationship again, and I'm saying again because in a lot of the videos from the past, Aries, this has been coming up for you guys for a while, where a lot of you are trying to figure out whether or not you want to walk away from a relationship. So I think a lot of you are really, really looking at what all is on your plate right now, what you're busy with, what's important, what's not important, and then trying to figure out if you're going to save this relationship, what in yourself has to heal? What in yourself has to be let go? What kind of transformation do you have to go through in order to make this relationship work? How much of it is you? How much of it is the other person? Some of you are deciding, you know what? I can't carry this load anymore. It's too much. It's not worth it. And you're saying it's time for this relationship to just gracefully meet its end. It's time to put it to rest and to move on and to just have my transformation and go my way, you know, on life, on my path, and, you know, the right person's going to come along for me. Those of you who are single, this could mean that you're becoming very clear on what you want, what you're looking for in a relationship, and you may be going through a lot of changes within yourself to where you're going to begin attracting a very different type of person. Not just you're being attracted to, but you're attracting a very different type of person for the better, and the changes that you're going through here are very permanent. I think a lot of you are going to be even hearing people say, there's something different about you. There's something, did you change your hair? Did you lose weight? Have you been working out? You know, like you seem different. You know, what have you been doing? So I think a lot of you are just going to be giving off a very different energy. And what happens with the Death card is something ends. We might kind of go into like a slower period. We may seem a little lethargic or sad, but that's really just right before the rebirth, you know, the transformation. So as you're coming into that new life energy, a lot of people are going to be noticing that about you. Like, you know, wow, like you just seem very, very different. You know, so check out your moon sign and rising sign. It might add more layers. And there's going to be a love video for Aries in a couple of days. So go ahead and hit subscribe so you'll get a notification when that is up. Let me know if you need a private reading. And if you can't afford a private reading, or if you just want just for fun, I do a free card every single day on my social media. So like my Facebook page, AmethystAngelLight, or follow me on Instagram if you have not already. And let me know if I can do a private reading for you guys this week, my friends. Take care.